Shout out to all the people rocking with Young Dolph Forever. Shout out to all the people rocking with PRE. Hey guys, become a member, hit that blue join button. I'm gonna show you exactly how to make easy money creating content. Let's get right into it, y'all. Keyglock. So the guys that was parked across the street, they were watching Dolph the whole time, man. Don't forget about the Bentley that drove by in front of Makedas Cookies right on Airways, man. And the other car that was 901 Trigger Trey's car parked right around the corner of the Family Dollars. That's a Ford Explorer. It's gray. The Tahoe that's way back behind that long driveway by the grass field, that Tahoe is beige or gold color. Some people might say gold, some people might say bronze or beige, but whatever you want to call it, it's like a tan color, but it's a lot of people call it a lot of different colors. And then you got the white Benz that pulls up, the infamous white Benz. That's already known to be belong to Black Youngster, and then they sold that car, and then that one lady ended up saying it got taken, but then just recently, like last week and a half ago, they said that that wasn't even the same car from the Covington. So why were they swearing up and down, left and right, saying that that was the same white Benz from the Covington shooting? And they even had this lady come on TV and talk about this whole entire made up story about how she left the white Benz on running at the gas station to go inside in Memphis. Nobody does that. That's unheard of. Not even somebody that dumb would do anything like that. And, you know, not to call anybody out on anything like that, but look, one thing you got to realize is that it's 5 or 6 cars up there, and young Dolph did not come there with his own car. Somebody pulled his car up because, look, they took his keys at the clinic, and his brother wasn't even with him. Because when you look closely at that gas station footage, you couldn't see the brother that well inside the car. I don't know what people were looking at, but that could have been the outline of the seat, okay? And because, you know, one seat could have been a little bit more forward than the other, so it might have looked like somebody leaning against the seat, but just the perspective of how far away the people are and the angle, it wasn't what it was. So that plus Marcus Thornton parked his car allegedly on Joy Lane and Airways behind Makeda's kitty corner, right in between the Shell and the laundromat. And then he walked back behind that laundromat and into the Makedas and potentially through that back door where Raven herself said in the interview with Sko that she and her mom came and opened that door at 9 in the morning. And why is they doing that at 9 in the morning? And then they never talk about them being at the store when they were in the interview. They're like, we weren't even here at all that day. They're like, we don't even come here that often. And then a couple days later, or a week or so, a couple weeks later, she's talking about how, yeah, actually, no, I was there that morning unlocking that door. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Is everybody paying attention to this? Because every time that Cookie Monster opens her mouth, what happens is that she keeps leaking info. And the fact that when she seen what the other bloggers was posting, she was talking about, oh, it must have been somebody from one of us that leaked this information. How did they get it? How did they get it? And so she's failing to realize that she gave some of the information away. Her brother came on and the whole thing and talked to Ratchet TV. Shout out to Ratchet. And another thing you got to realize is that, hey, Moneybagg Yo's white Corvette was spotted too. And a young person, a young kid, and we're not even going to name no names, said that he seen Moneybagg Yo literally getting into that Bentley because they turned that corner so fast. The kids was walking and they were like, dang, look at that car, because they knew that car was bulletproof and worth $500,000. That's at least a 2020 or up. And it's that Instagram video where it's Moneybagg Yo's baby mama getting that Bentley and getting the keys handed to her, and you could see the whole inside of it. It was peanut butter. And basically, one of my subscribers lives on the same street as her. He got money like that. And he says that she keeps all her cars parked outside. And that's how all the neighbors know about the Bentley being there. And that's why Moneybagg Yo got that moved and put on a tow truck, the same type of truck, the same truck that Keyglock rented to move his yellow cars. After the driver came back from wherever Keyglock took his, I think Keyglock might have took his to LA, but after the driver came back, he came to pick up Moneybagg Yo's Bentley and a bunch of other his cars and take that to Atlanta, where they took it to the chop shop and sold it out because that Bentley was literally caught on picture in front of the Makedas cookie shop. That's 100% fact. You go back and look at all my videos with that same picture over and over again with the two dudes running across that parking lot. And what do you see in the back once you zoom in? It's that black Bentley that's going by. A lot of people try to say it was a Lincoln, but no, when that picture dropped at first, when it was clear at HD 4K, they ended up at first showing you only the dudes in the parking lot and the white Benz. But then months later, it's like out of nowhere, they're like, wait, there's a more to this whole little still frame that they showed. They showed the Bentley clear as day. And the only two people with that type of Bentley in town, one of them is Moneybagg Yo because he's got the peanut butter guts and the other person has the white with the black tone diamond stitches on it. And one thing y'all got to realize is that the sources in Memphis are coming through, man. They're DMing me every day telling me exactly what the inside of the cars look like, whatnot, because they have all the video saved from all the screen records they did following the Instagram when they used to just be following all the rappers in Memphis. Y'all got to understand Memphis is small, man. And so the fact that these rappers been around and we've seen these cars and we know that's Moneybagg Yo's car. We know that that was Black Youngster's white Benz. And so that's why the sources are saying that it has something to do with Moneybagg Yo, Yo Gotti, and Black Youngster, just like how they planned that 100 shots before. And they didn't like the fact that Dolph survived and made a whole song and an album talking about him surviving that and basically dissing every single one of them. And then not only that, but he basically was claimed as the king of Memphis, and they were like basically power thirsty, power hungry to get that title. They wish they could, you know, they were kind of jealous. They kind of wish they had that spot, right? But no, the respect from the fans were way more on Dolph's side and how he did PRE. The one thing that this whole thing stemmed from when it all started in Memphis was that Yo Gotti and Young Dolph performed with each other on the stage. But then when Young Dolph said he wanted to do everything on his own and Yo Gotti tried to sign him, Dolph said, no, I don't need your money. I'm already getting more. He didn't say it exactly like that, but what he meant was that he basically was not signing to Yo Gotti, and he let him know that in that business meeting. And right after that, from that whole beef, Yo Gotti was already trying to undermine and sabotage everything Dolph was doing in Memphis. He even called 12 on him multiple times and also tried to sue Dolph and everything like that. Plus, afterwards, after all of that, Yo Gotti baby mama ended up not being loyal to him, and whatever reason that they got in a fight for, she went and got with Dolph for a night. And basically, Dolph was like, oh, okay, so if she's going, she's going. And then what happened, but Yo Gotti got super salty about that. Then he recruited Black Youngster basically for the sole purpose of being a personal hitman. Y'all got to realize that some of the stuff that Yo Gotti be doing out there in the streets, man, and hiring all these people is not with the good intentions, because that's what the folks out there in Memphis are saying. You could even ask Fabo Gold, the fact that he had to cut a lot of people off because they were not loyal. They were basically living the wrong kind of life and stuff like that. So look, guys, it's going to be some more news coming out, so go ahead, subscribe to this channel, like this video, go ahead, hit the link in the description, make sure you join as a member, and I'm going to catch you in the next one.